Dick Tracy is back. I was very curious to know how this icon character from the 30s would work in comics today. Back in the 1931, the quintessential American detective captured the imagination of millions. Dick Tracy was the brainchild of Chester Gould, who introduced the tough and intelligent police detective in the Detroit Mirror. Tracy's creation was inspired by the US federal agent Elliot Ness and the gritty crime environment of the Prohibition era. The comic strip quickly gained popularity for its gripping stories and unique characters. Tracy was a relentless force against crime, using forensic science, advanced gadgetry, and sharp wits to bring criminals to justice. One of the most memorable aspects of Dick Tracy was the introduction of the two-way wrist radio in 1946, a device that inspired real-world technology advancement and became a symbol of the series' innovative spirit. Dick Tracy wasn't just a comic strip, it was a cultural phenomenon. It spawned novelization, toys, games, and even a 1990s blockbuster movie directed by and starring Warren Beatty, with a star-studded cast including Al Pacino and Madonna. From this distinctive visual style to his unwavering moral compass, Dick Tracy remains an enduring icon of American pop culture, symbolizing the timeless battle between good and evil. I always wonder how such character would work for today's audience, since Mad Cave Comics decided to bring him back. Hello, my name is Nimesh and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about Dick Tracy issue 1 on the After Panel show. Mad Cave Comics did a great job with Robin Hood in the Nottingham Comics series, so I was feeling very positive with their try on Dick Tracy. We start in the 1947, a post-World War II time. Langdon Marsh, a crime reporter, and Emil Trueheart, a city official, meet in a diner at 2 a.m. called The Green Eye. Emil wants to spill some dirt to the reporter, but they get brutally murdered before anything is known. Dick Tracy is the detective on the case, and it was funny to see him talking with the police chief in his house while he was cooking breakfast. That was something incredible. That's not something that we usually see in a detective story. In the meantime, Tess Trueheart, daughter of Emil, is looking for clues on her father's office that would hint why was he murdered. She is interrupted by two guys that show up there, I'm not sure for what reason, but they try not to let her leave the office. Fortunately, she finds a way to escape by stabbing one of them in the shoulder, and she goes look for help with Dick Tracy and reveals to him that she found a note that her father was to meet Marsh at Mumbles. Tracy quickly corrects her, letting her know that Mumbles isn't a place, but it is indeed a person, and they both go find out Mumbles. After arresting him and escorting him to the car, they are intercepted by Flat Top, who tries to kill Mumbles before he spills anything, but ends up failing. This was a great start for the comic series. It had all the elements expected in a Dick Tracy comic: adventure, action, and classic villains from the past. It looked to me that this is a reboot, so there's no prior need to know anything about the character, which is a good thing, because I'm sure 80% of the readers, including me, have no clue about Tracy's past. Well, I know a little bit because of the movie with Warren Beatty and Madonna. It was a fun movie that probably most of the people who read this comic actually saw the movie as well. Alex Segura and Michael Moreci presented a cohesive story with great dialogue. Even though I don't know exactly what those two guys wanted on Emil's office, I do believe they were some goons that went there to destroy some evidence, or maybe even to retrieve the said evidence. They clearly didn't work there because Tess presented as Emil's secretary and they didn't seem to recognize her. Geraldo Borges has a great grasp of storytelling. Really loved the first page and the way the shadow passes behind Emil and Langton, creating stress to the reader because it looked like Flat Top Jones. It immediately made me uneasy because bad things were about to happen, and all of this just because of the shadow passing behind them. The action was gory and fantastically done, and in this page here, or here, I'm not very sure which way it is, but you guys can see it. In this page here, Segura and Moreci words were so well captured by Borges. The tension on these 5 panels, it got me shivers. And look at this next page, absolutely beautiful. Geraldo Borges puts us, the readers, at the people's murder point of view. Absolutely stunning and really immerse us to the comic. It really puts us in there, in that scene. We can really feel what's happening. It's like we entered the comics at this point. Now, Dick Tracy. I wasn't very happy with his design, at least the face. I'm not sure if it's because I'm used to the classic look or because of how Warren Beatty looked. But I felt a bit disappointed that he didn't look Dick Tracy to me. You know, you look at this face and I don't know, it doesn't scream Dick Tracy, at least not to me. Flat Top and Mumbles, they both looked okay. But once again, I guess it's because of the movie versions of them. They still didn't look quite well, but still they were very recognizable. And Geraldo Borges is talented enough to get their design and make them iconic as he gets to draw them over time. Another classic thing that was missed on this issue was the radio watch that Dick Tracy uses. Before Apple Watch, before Michael Knight from Knight Rider, you know, that shows from the 80s, Kid, yeah, come for me or whatever, Dick Tracy was probably the first man that thought to his wrist. And unfortunately, that was not featured in this issue. But Mad Cave Comics promised that it will be featured in the title. So I'm excited to see that moment when it happens. It'll be very cool to see it, how they do it. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Have you read this issue? What are your thoughts? Should they use the radio watch in this series? Let me know. Because don't forget, this is in 1964. It might look out of place, but this is iconic. I mean, how can you do Dick Tracy and not use this radio? It's impossible. I think you should do it. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think that they should use the radio wrist or radio watch, or they should avoid it because it would look silly? Maybe, I don't know. At the point of me filming this video, Dick Tracy issue 1 has a 9.2 critic rating and 8.0 user rating on Comic Book Roundup. It seems to me that users aren't that excited as the critics are for this issue. So this is my review of Mad Cave Comics Dick Tracy issue 1. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends so they can also enjoy this type of content. Subscribe to the channel for more comic book reviews. Until next time, keep supporting indie comics as they are a treasure trove of creativity and unique storytelling. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.